Hey everybody, welcome to Hello Monday. I hope you're having a good day. I'm saying hi here in the chat. It is Monday, July 10th, and since I last didn't upload, let's see, we survived the 4th of July, thank goodness, and I have to say, knock on wood, it was a very uneventful year. Of course, the 4th itself was bad. Alton had a little meltdown. We've tried sedatives and tranquilizers, and they don't work. They actually almost make him worse. And part of it's he's a large breed dog, and so dosing is an issue. His age is also an issue, and he gets kind of drunk on those drugs. And with having a large breed dog, he could fall, hurt himself. He could hurt Andrew or I. So we just do our best to try to comfort him, soothe him, and I have been experimenting with, um, you know, uh, I want to say marijuana, but it's not that. It's the extract, CBT. Um, at any rate, you probably know what I mean. And that mellows him. Thank you. Hi, Bon. CBD. Yes. Whew. It's a Monday. Yeah, so we've been experimenting with that for a little bit, but how are you? How are you doing? Having a good Monday? Good start to the week? I hope so. It is nice and cool here in the Bay Area, and I've been enjoying that, although they say a heat wave is coming. So I did check the comments before I came on. Good. I'm glad you're having a good day. And where is this little, oh, I see. I'm going to put a little, oh. I noticed new features when I log into YouTube, and now I have little emojis on my side that I can play with. I don't know if you can see those, but at any rate, so yeah, going well. Hi Angie. Hey there, how you doing? Oh, good to see you. Is this a new channel for you? I see a new handle name. Yeah, I'm glad you could log on today too. I saw your comments, and I will comment back from last week. I've just been, Andrew took all last week off, and so I kind of did too. And we kind of either play hard or work hard. So I'm catching up today on cool rebranding. I love that. I like the name too. Video journaling. It reminds me, I don't really paper journal much. I'm going to be very honest and vulnerable right now. I have this 5-year journal, and I thought, I'm going to try journaling because I typically don't. I've not been one to keep a diary, or anything when I was younger. But I thought I can do this. I can write down a few things from every day. And let me tell you, this has been the hardest thing for me to keep up with. I haven't found a good place to keep it. I haven't found a good time of day. You would think at the end of the day, but by then I'm too tired. So I do have most of it filled out, but some of that is from back journaling. And the main reason I've kept this is because this I kind of consider my pandemic journal. I started this in January 1st, 2020. So because that was truly history making, I hope I won't live through another one in my lifetime. I thought, I should really keep this up and finish it out. So yeah, your new handle, Angie's Video Journal, remind me of my attempts to journal. So I like that you're trying a video version. Do you paper journal at all? I'm curious. If you don't mind sharing in the comments. So yeah, today I've just been doing house chores, catching up. Andrew's back to work. I've got, a lot of office work to do. But for right now, what we're going to do is answer a question. I see, yeah. You used to journal, but you haven't in forever, right? I don't know. Some people really love it, get into it. Famously, Oprah has written about how she's kept a journal or a diary since she was a teenager. And I don't know. Part of it, too, I don't think I would really ever go back and reread them. I don't know. But if that's something that you enjoy doing, more power to you, as I like to say. Let's see. Today's question. Would you date someone older or younger? Would you date somebody older or younger? Well, as it happens, I wouldn't date anybody right now because I'm very happily married. But no, in general, I'm not hung up on age. In fact, there is a quite significant age difference between my husband and I. I am 40. Let's see. I'm 47. To that age, I have to do the math. And he is 61. So there's like a 13 or 14-year age difference. And initially, when we got together, it was a consideration. Like, I don't really want to speak for him, but I just can say for both of us, it was a consideration like it was a lot of other things. Like I was living on the other side of the country and we hadn't lived together, and we had different mobility and health concerns, health issues. And so it was just kind of lumped in with all those things. Plus, I was very new to long term relationships. He had been married before. So it definitely wasn't like the one thing that stood out, but it was part of the whole package. But what you come to realize, or at least we did, is that age doesn't really matter. It's just a number. And we had so much in common and so many things about each other we loved that, yeah, it didn't matter. And it still doesn't. We still enjoy each other as much as we did when we first got married. And thankfully, we've aged. Even though there's a numerical separation, we've aged. Exactly. Angie puts in the comments she's 16 years older than her wife. And so I think that it's about personality, values, interests, all the other things. And like what I was going to say is we've aged in health kind of the same way. So in many ways, I feel like how to say this. I'm not as young and spry and quick to recover and endurance in my health as I was when I was younger. And I won't speak for Andrew, but I feel like it's kind of cool that in some ways he's still as able or more than able or has the energy and all the things, even though, I'm younger. But we took a vow till death do us part. And I had somebody say to me once, this wasn't about age, but it was about our disabilities. And I was sitting in a doctor's office waiting for my appointment and started chatting up with a gentleman sitting next to me. I don't know how the conversation got started, but came to tell him that, obviously he could say I was disabled. And I told him that my husband was disabled too. And he made some really wackadoo comment like, why would you intentionally get in a relationship with another disabled person? And I was just like, okay, that is so tone deaf. First of all, insulting to me. I'm disabled. And second of all, love is love. And, I never would think about not being with somebody because they have some kind of health condition or disability. I was just like, wow, I didn't even really know what to say. I think thankfully the nurse called me and I got to go into my appointment. But I guess there are some people who do feel that way. And yes, I think it is rude, Angie. I think you can think those things, but saying them is an entirely different story. And it really kind of made me feel sad for him. because he, I think lives or people who think like him in a very limited spectrum and perspective of life and relationships. So that was a little tangent, but yeah, definitely. Um, when I, talk to my girlfriends, if they're not in relationships, single people, I always say I don't think age matters. So that's the answer to today's question. Donna and Jack asked last week if I used an Instant Pot. Totally doing a totally different topic here, a kitchen item. Yes, I do use an Instant Pot. They were talking about what they cooked for 4th of July. And she was saying how, or he was going to be using their Instant Pot and really enjoy it. And yes, we've had one for probably 3 or 4 years now. And at first, of course, I was intimidated. I never used a pressure cooker before, and I'd heard horror stories of people's cookers exploding and making huge messes. But I thought, I can do this. I can read instructions and be careful, and yeah, nothing bad has ever happened. It is a really wonderful kitchen aid tool because it does cook so fast. And for somebody like me who has a lot of other, you know, demands on my time and limitations to my time, say I forget to take the chicken out um, of the freezer, then you can still put frozen chicken breasts in there and they'll be cooked in like 10 minutes uh, and come out, much juicier and flavorful than if you would have, I don't know, baked them, or sometimes they might get dried out a little bit. Yeah, so that's true. I will say this, Angie, not that I'm trying to push the Instant Pot, but one of the favorite dishes that Drew loves that I make in the Instant Pot is risotto. And that's a completely vegetarian dish. Typically, risotto is made on a stovetop, and you have to stir and stir and stir. It's made with arborio rice. And somehow the magic of the Instant Pot gets it cooked perfect every time. So I think I have a recipe to that on my channel, making that. So if I remember, I'll put a link. Otherwise, you can just search my channel for Instant Pot, uh, the Instant Pot risotto. I will say, one downside for the Instant Pot for us is it makes typically a large volume of food. So you have to either be able to know that you can eat it all, freeze it all, and then be okay with, or be okay with leftovers. Because doing smaller quantities, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but you need a certain amount of volume to make it actually work efficiently. And then all the effort of like getting it out of the cupboard and cleaning it and all the things. So yeah. But in general, I'm a big fan. Also really liked their brand of air fryer. We have the Instant Pot air fryer. And, for somebody who doesn't like a lot of kitchen gadgets, I mean, I've been down that road. I bought the bread maker, I've got the blender, I've got this, I've got that, and most of them just get used 1 or 2 times, and then they're stuck in the abyss of the cupboard, or right now in our butler's pantry that we made storage in the garage. But I would say the Instant Pot and both the pot itself and then the Instant Pot brand air fryer are daily drivers for us. I keep them in the kitchen because we do use them so much. So Prime Day is coming up. If you're an Amazon Prime member, the 11th and 12th, if you check, if you see a good deal, maybe think about getting one. I don't know. Yeah. So unless anybody has any other questions while I'm sitting here or anything you want to talk about, I will probably go ahead and wrap this up. I'm excited to be getting back in the office, getting this video caption, as well as I think I need to still finish my 2 past videos. So got some work to do on the to-do list, but I still really enjoy coming and doing these. It's such a random time, I know, 4 o'clock on a Monday, but it's just really fun to show up and see you guys and talk and answer questions and be random and yeah, just continue to show up. So thank you for coming and showing up. I really appreciate it. And I will look for comments if you're watching this on the replay. Please, keep them coming. And until next time, if not before, have a great rest of your week. And thank you, Angie. I hope yours is too. Hope you're still enjoying settling in and all the things. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.